A key has already been placed over your name in the Spirit, and heaven is warning you right now. You are about to move within 30 days. Do not tell everyone. Begin preparing, not because everything already looks clear on paper, not because your bank account already reflects the blessing, not because people around you will understand what God is doing in your life, but because God moves long before evidence shows up. This is the moment when your obedience must move faster than your fear. Something about where you are right now has been pressing heavily on your soul. You smile there, but you do not fully breathe there. You sleep there, but you do not truly rest there. You move through those spaces and feel an unusual weight, like your spirit has already stepped into a new place, while your body is still surrounded by old surroundings. That feeling is not confusion, it is a signal. It is the sound of an old season losing authority over your life. God is not asking you to make comfortable plans in a place He is preparing you to leave. He is not asking you to settle permanently in a temporary season. A small window is opening right now, and if you treat this as something normal, you may miss the instruction hidden inside it. Some doors open slowly, and others open suddenly. This one is sudden. This one carries urgency. This one requires quiet movement, surrendered hands, and a heart willing to obey before full understanding arrives. C.S. Lewis once pointed toward a deep truth of Christian life. The soul cannot find real rest away from God because it was made for Him. That is why your discomfort has become stronger lately. God is drawing you toward a place where your peace will not struggle just to survive. Chosen one, this is not punishment. This is divine relocation. The door is already shaking under the weight of what God is preparing. Do not announce it too early. Do not place your next season into fearful opinions. Put your faith into action. Touch your clothes. Open your drawers. Begin removing what no longer belongs. If this message touches something inside you, comment, "The key is mine." Like, subscribe, and stay close, because what comes next will explain why your current place became heavy right before change arrived. The heaviness you feel is not weakness. It is recognition. Your spirit has been noticing what your mind tried to ignore. You kept telling yourself it is just stress, just a hard season, just tiredness, just life. But deep down, you already knew there was more to it. The room does not feel the same anymore. The atmosphere does not settle the same anymore. The people around you do not affect you the same way. You can sit in familiar places and still feel distant, like something inside you has already started walking toward a door your eyes cannot yet see. That restlessness is not random. It is not emotional noise. It is not lack of gratitude. It is heaven pressing against areas of your life that have become too small for your obedience. God is showing you that the old environment cannot support the new assignment. What once protected you has slowly become limiting, not because the place is bad, but because the season tied to it is finished. C.S. Lewis described this kind of inner ache as a holy longing, a deep desire that nothing in this world can fully satisfy apart from God. That is why your discomfort feels impossible to ignore. You were trying to rest in something that was only meant to be a passage. You were treating temporary ground like permanent home. And when the soul starts returning to God's direction, even familiar places begin to feel strange. This is not rejection from God, this is redirection. You have outgrown more than a location. You have outgrown a version of yourself that survived confusion, tolerated delay, and called exhaustion normal, just to keep peace with people who could not understand what God was building in you. Old habits feel heavier now. Old conversations drain you faster. Old comforts no longer comfort you. Even silence feels louder. C.S. Lewis often warned that people settle for less while God is offering more. Right now, God is disturbing your shallow comfort to lead you into deeper peace. The pressure is not here to destroy you, it is here to guide you. The discomfort is not proof that you are lost, it is proof that your current place has lost the authority to hold you. The door is not only opening around you, it is opening over your name, your future, your home, and the version of you that has been praying quietly while acting strong in public. Some doors do not stay open while you delay. Some seasons do not wait while you ask unqualified voices for approval. Some divine moments are missed not because God was silent, but because instruction was treated like ordinary emotion. That is why pressure has increased. That is why sleep feels interrupted. That is why your heart feels unsettled even in normal places. Heaven has been sounding an alarm, not to scare you, but to separate you from what is about to fall away. God is not casually suggesting movement. He is drawing a line between what has ended and what is appointed. Your current place may still function outwardly, but spiritually, the grace to stay is lifting. When grace lifts, comfort turns into pressure, safety feels tight. Your spirit senses what your eyes cannot yet see. The cloud is moving, and you cannot remain where God has already stepped away from. This is not a time for delay. This is not a time for later. Later is the language fear uses when destiny is already calling. Joshua 3:5 says, "Set yourselves apart, for tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you." Before miracles, there was preparation. Before crossing, there was consecration. That is exactly where you stand now. You are at the edge of transition, and your old self cannot carry you forward. The anxious version cannot lead you. The people-pleasing version cannot guide you. The version that waits for everyone's approval will remain behind. This next step requires quiet obedience, clear focus, and strong discernment. C.S. Lewis once said that time and eternity touch in the present moment. That means this moment is not small. It is not ordinary. It is where your simple choices connect with eternal direction. When you begin to open drawers, fold clothes, remove what no longer belongs, you are not just cleaning. You are responding to instruction. Do not underestimate small obedience. A box becomes an act of faith. A bag becomes surrender. An empty shelf becomes agreement with heaven. And while you prepare, not everyone needs to know. Some voices are not part of your next chapter. Some opinions are not assigned to your future. Fear often speaks through advice that sounds reasonable. It says, wait. It says, think more. It says, get more proof. It says, ask more people. But faith begins when God speaks once and your spirit responds immediately. The door is already closer than fear wants you to believe. A new place is forming where your breathing will change, where anxiety will quiet down, and where your gifts will no longer feel buried under survival. But treat this moment carefully. Do not mix fear with instruction. Do not invite confusion into sacred timing. If you feel this message strongly, comment, "The door is open." Like, subscribe, and share it with someone who feels a shift but cannot explain it. Your new place has already been prepared before you arrive. This is not just about walls or addresses. This is about alignment, peace, and space where your spirit can finally breathe without resistance. Somewhere there is a place that will feel right the moment you see it. Not loud, not confusing, but peaceful. Something in you will recognize it. Do not expect only dramatic signs. Sometimes God uses simple paths, small conversations, unexpected messages, or ordinary opportunities to guide major change. People may call it coincidence, but your spirit will recognize timing. Peace will arrive before full clarity. You will sense confirmation before explanation. Isaiah 43:19 says, "Behold, I am doing a new thing." The question is whether you can recognize it while it is still forming. God prepares quietly and reveals suddenly. He builds the path before the arrival. Then he calls you to step forward. C.S. Lewis often showed that ordinary things can carry deep meaning when God is leading. A door is not just a door. A room is not just a room. It can become part of divine direction. Your next place may feel different because it feels real in a deeper way, like peace has been waiting there for you. You may enter a room and feel relief. You may stand near a window and feel clarity return. You may sit and feel something heavy leave you without explanation. God was preparing ahead of your pain. He was never behind. When the right place comes, do not reject peace just because it feels unfamiliar. The new space is not only shelter, it is assignment. But before you enter fully, there is one instruction. Do not tell everyone. Not from fear, but from protection. Some promises must remain hidden until they are strong enough to stand openly. Not everyone understands what God is building in you. Some people only understand the version of you that stayed the same. Fear can disguise itself as concern. People may ask questions, they may doubt, they may try to slow you down. But not every voice carries your instruction. Exodus 14:14 says, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." Stillness is not weakness. Silence is protection. Silence keeps the instructions safe from interference. C.S. Lewis also showed how fear can pull people away from obedience by filling the mind with imagined outcomes. That is why you must guard your thoughts and your words. Not every plan should be spoken early. Not every detail should be shared. Some things must grow in silence before they become visible. Let obedience speak louder than announcements. This is not secrecy from fear. This is silence from wisdom. There is a difference. If this message connects with you, comment, "I will move in silence." Like this message, subscribe and share it with someone standing at a turning point. Start preparing like the promise is real, not in panic, but in faith. Pack like you believe what God said. Open your closet. Sort what stays and what goes. Release what carries old weight. Some things are not wrong, but they belong to an old version of you. Do not let emotions confuse obedience. Let go of what holds your spirit in yesterday. Joshua 3:5 reminds again that consecration comes before wonder. Preparation comes before breakthrough. And as you move, fear will try to speak through details. Money, timing, logistics. But God is not limited by details. What looks impossible to you is already known to Him. He prepares supply before instruction reaches you. A phone call may come, a door may open, a price may shift, an opportunity may appear suddenly, and your spirit will know it is not random. Do not worship obstacles. Do not give fear authority over your decisions. God is already ahead of you. This move is not only physical, it is spiritual repositioning. It may be a new home, a new city, or even a new direction in life. For some, it is a calling awakening again. You are not only changing location, you are changing assignment capacity. Old atmosphere cannot carry new purpose. God is removing heaviness so you can function freely again. And when it happens quickly, do not be surprised. God often moves fast when the time is right. C.S. Lewis showed that God does not only comfort, he transforms. He removes what holds you back so you can become fully alive in him. So watch carefully. The next step may look simple, but it carries weight. Not everything from your past can cross into your future. Some things must stay behind. The threshold is here. The old season is ending. The new one is already calling. Move wisely. Move quietly. Move in faith. The door is open.